Hello friend, so let's continue with our database presentation. In my last video I have shown you the following command, and in this video I will be working on data query language that will make use of select keyword, at the same time data control language. Well, in data control language the create command is very much used, which we have already used in case of data definition language, but this time the create command will be used for creating a user. Along with that, there will be further couple of commands which is called grant and revoke. Okay, in this video I will be working on grant. In the next video I will be talking about the revoke command. So there is a set of questions which you have to solve. The question goes like this: we have been asked to create couple of users, and the user name are as follow: user A and user B. And then what the condition is, user A will be creating a table, and the name of the table is called project, which has got following attribute. Well, the interesting point is user B will have no privilege of creating a table. That means when user B logs into his or her own account, and even if he tries to create any table, user B will not be able to do that in his own account. That is something which you have to take care. Okay, why this condition we are putting forward? Because what I want is user A will be creating the table, and then user A will assign the permission to user B so that user B can insert data into the table project. Sound interesting? User B has got no privilege of its own. Rather, user B has to insert data in the table that belongs to user A. That's what the thing is, and that's what you have to do it. Okay. Similarly, user B also can view the data of the table project that belongs to user A. But again, there is another condition. User B has got no permission for performing update or delete on the following table called project that actually belongs to user A. So basically, in the regular SQL queries, you are working on the table created by the following user. But in this scenario, the condition is slightly different. You have to work on a table, that table belongs to somebody else, that doesn't belong to you. Okay. So I have already created a couple of users, and for creating those users, you have to use the create command that belongs to data control language. Okay. And let me show you who is the user currently logged in. So user show user. Well, user A is currently logged in. That means user A is already been created, and user A has got a table of its own. So select star from tab will show you the table. Yes, this table belongs to user A, and hopefully there will be some data inside the table. Okay, so that is fine, no problem with that. The table exists. Okay, now what to do? Now let's log out from this user and log in as user B. So let me go for disconnect. I disconnected from user A, and now let's connect as user B. It's prompting to enter me the password. Yes, user B is now connected. So I can fire the show user command once again just to show you that user B is currently logged in. Okay, and as I said, user B has not got any privilege for creating a table. So let's give a try. So user B is trying to create a table in its own account. So create table. Let's go for the table called suppose anything category, anything, and let's have an ID over here as number within bracket 2, and then have a name varchar 2 within bracket 20 within bracket varchar 2 within bracket 20. Yeah, this is something what usually you guys do, right? But in this case, here is the thing: user B has got insufficient privilege. This is what I wanted. So user B has got no privilege of creating table even in its own account as well. So how do you achieve this? This is very important. This is very important stuff, bros. You have to think about what type of permission, what I did actually, so that user B is unable to create even a simple table in his own account. Sounds very fishy. Okay, let's move ahead. So now what I said, user A has got the table project, which you can see already over here. Now user B has the privilege to view the data that belongs to the table project of user A. So just let's go and see whether it can be, whether user B can see it or not. So select star from the name of the table. And remember, I cannot write like this. I cannot write like this. Usually you do this. In my previous video, I also did this. But now, this project does not belong to user B. If I hit the enter, there is no such project, right? So what you have to do is, you have to write the name of the user first. User A dot, sorry. It comes over here. So user A dot the name of the table. As I do that, great. You see the record over here. Please take care about the query. Select star from the name of the user, and I said that user A has got a table called project. So user A has assigned the permission to user B so that user B can view the data that belongs to the table project and user B can see it. So that means user A has done something. Because of that, user B can see the table project which actually does not belong to user B itself. I know it might sound very confusing, but this is what the interesting part of the story. Okay, so now let's user B try to insert data over here. Okay, so for that, what I will do, I will write insert into the table name. Remember, the table name is project, but that belongs to user A, so I have to write first user A dot project and then values, and this is going to the third entry, so I'm writing third. And let's go for a new entry called HR, and then bracket close, and then semicolon. Hit the enter. Boom, the record got inserted. Usually you don't do this kind of stuff, right? You just go for the table name. But this is sound very interesting. How you are accessing the table that belongs to another user when the user B has got no privilege of creating its own table. Okay, that's what the thing is. So let's see after insertion what the status is. Yes, the third record also got inserted successfully. Okay, so both the condition was found to be true. Insert data was successful, view data is also successful, but the user B has got no permission for performing update and delete. So how is that going to restrict? How is that going to happen now? So let's try to go for update. So update, I know this is not going to work, but still let's give a try. User A dot, and the name of the table is called project. So update username dot table name set. Let me set the value of this attribute name to something else, like training, where ID is 3. How about that? ID is equals to 3. Okay, I hit the enter. Super excited. Look what it says. Insufficient privilege. That means user B has got no privilege of accessing the project table that actually belongs to user A. So update privilege is not been granted, and this is what actually the grant command refers to. So user A has granted the privilege to user B with certain permission. Because of that, user B can perform insert operation, user B can perform view operation, but user B is unable to perform update operation. In the same way, user B will not be able to perform delete operation as well. So delete from user A dot the name of the table called project, where ID is equal to 3. That privilege is also restricted. Okay, and that's what my case studies refers to, and I have been able to successfully achieve all the points.